welcome back to my channel, Shanice's Suitcase. So today, if you can't tell, I wanted to talk to you guys about the ride in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Rise of the Resistance. You guys have seen on the internet, or if you're planning a trip to Disney, or just anything in general, but Rise of the Resistance is pretty much the only ride in Disney right now where you need to actually have a virtual queue. What that means is that you have to join pretty much like a virtual queue. Today I want to talk to you guys about how I was actually able to get on Rise of the Resistance, and yeah, how the ride went, and yeah, what I thought about it. So let's get into it. So welcome, friends, family. It's nice to have you guys here. So I see that you guys are here to talk about the new Star Wars ride. Is that correct? Yeah? Okay. Let's go ahead and get into that then. Alright. The first thing that I want to say before you do anything, before you even download the My Disney Experience app, I need you to buy tickets. Okay? You have to buy tickets in order to reserve the park. So because of the pandemic, you do have to make a park reservation. You cannot just go. What that means is that you can't just take your handy dandy ticket and stroll into Hollywood Studios on May the 14th and expect to get in, because it ain't gonna happen. The second thing you're gonna want to do, I need you to download the My Disney Experience app if you don't already have it on your phone, and get yourself familiar with the app. Like, play around with it, you know. Don't just wait until the day of and decide, hey, you know what? That virtual queue starts at 7 a.m. Let me go ahead and go in here at 6:55 and open this app for the first time. Create an account. No, we're not doing that. Okay? Because you're not going to make it. The third thing that I need you to do, I need you to try your best to try and get a 7 a.m. boarding group. Now, with the Rise of the Resistance virtual queue, you have 2 boarding groups throughout the day. You have a 7 a.m. boarding group, which you can do from the comfort of your hotel room, and then you have a 1 p.m. boarding group. Well, you have to do it inside of the Disney park. So if you're chilling in your hotel room at 1 o'clock, nah, they're not going to let you get on that virtual queue because you're not in the park. I'm going to tell you how I did it. So you want to make sure that everyone, and I'm going to say this again, you want to make sure that everyone in your party is connected to your My Disney Experience app. Because if for some reason, if little Johnny isn't connected to your My Disney Experience app, when you get a boarding group for Rise of the Resistance, guess when we're riding the ride? Little Johnny. I had on my phone at 6:57 actually. So the virtual queue opens at 7. I kid you not, this virtual queue was filled up by 7:01. Okay? It took 1 second. Okay, wait a minute. Never mind. Don't worry about that. It was more than a second. So it took 1 minute for the virtual queue to be fully booked up, which means you had to wait till 1. Right? Okay. So our goal is to get you 7 a.m. So here's what I need you to do. Go on the My Disney Experience app, like 6:57, right? Once you're on the app, I need you to scroll down. When you're on the home page, you scroll down a little bit, it will have the Star Wars virtual queue. It'll have a picture of it, and it'll say join, right? So I need you to hit the join button. After you hit join, you're going to hit the back button. Not some, Android users, you guys have like a thing at the bottom of your phone, right? And it'll say like back or whatever. Yeah, don't use that one. Use like when you're on the app, there's gonna be a back button, okay? And that's the button like up here that you're gonna use. Yeah, we're gonna repeat this process for the next 3 minutes. So you're gonna hit back, join, back, join, back, join, back, join. As soon as 7 a.m. hit, boom, I got a boarding group. And your girl was happy. I was in the hotel room, and I was like, oh my God. And then as soon as 7 hits, and you should get a boarding group. If you don't, and say you're still doing it and it's like 7:03, yeah, The app's gonna tell you when you get your boarding group, say boarding group at the top, it'll tell you the number, and then it'll have like your estimated return time, which is the time you have to be in line. When we booked it in the morning, our estimated return time was like 260 minutes. And I was like, oh, that's a while. So yeah, so we'll say that, but I will tell you though, keep double checking that app. Like make sure that it's refreshed throughout the day while you're at the park. Because if it's not, then you could miss your arrival window, which means you could miss riding that ride. And you just already went through all of that stuff, so you want to make sure that you're able to ride this ride. If you don't get the 7 a.m. slot, that's fine. You can get the 1 p.m. Now, you're gonna get the 1 p.m. I will suggest disconnecting from the Disney Wi-Fi. You just want to make sure you have the best signal possible. Sometimes Wi-Fi is a little iffy, so that's why I would suggest disconnecting from the Disney Wi-Fi when you're in the park. It worked for me in the morning, but that's not saying that it would work for anybody else, but it worked for me. Normally what happens at 1 p.m., there'll be like a group of people that just kind of like congregate because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get on the virtual queue for Rise of the Resistance. What I would do is just kind of distance yourself a little bit from them. Don't be like too close. Just distance yourself and just do exactly what I said to do in the morning. Make sure you're off the Disney Wi-Fi. Hit the join button. Make sure you find it. Do this at, I would say maybe like 12:55, 12:57. Just make sure you're on that app. You know, you're hitting the back button, the join, the back button, the join, the back join, back join, back button. I know some people, if they're on the join screen, they can just pull down and it'll refresh. But I didn't do it that way, so I'm just telling you the way that I did it because it worked. What sucks with the park reservations is that say like for example, you had a reservation at Hollywood Studios, right? And you only booked it for the one day, and you were not able to get on Rise of the Resistance in the morning or the afternoon. Well, you're kind of shit out of luck. Excuse my language, but which sucks because apparently with Rise of the Resistance, you have to have a park reservation in order to join the virtual queue. If you do not have a park reservation for that day, you cannot join the virtual queue. Because some people might say, oh, well, I can't just hop over. No. The reason why is because park hopping hours don't start until 2. And the last virtual queue is at 1. And you have to be in the park to join the one at 1. What I would say if you really want to go on Rise of the Resistance though, if you're a huge Star Wars fan, reserve that park for more than one day. If you're going for a week, reserve that park for like 4 days. I'm not even kidding. Because if you get a hopper and you reserve Hollywood Studios for 4 days, you can always hop to the other parks. And to be honest, the park hopping, it's 9 times out of 10, the park's gonna be available. Every time I called that number just to make sure if another park was available, which actually was, funny enough, how I built my BB-8 sitting back there. I did actually build it at the Droid Depot in Star Wars. And I thought that I had to have a park reservation to build the droid, which I was super upset because I did not know that. I didn't know that I would have had to book the Droid Depot when like we were going to Hollywood Studios, and I actually got in touch with a cast member and I was just kind of like, hey, you know, I really want to like enjoy this experience and like build a droid. And they were like, yeah, as long as like if you have park hopping, then you can do it. That's fine. And I was like, oh, word? Okay, that's cool. That was my Rise of the Resistance tip. If you guys have any questions or concerns or just, I don't know, want to say hi, you can send me a DM on Instagram. You can also message me on Facebook. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up for me. Also, subscribe to my channel for more traveling content, lifestyle, all that good jazz. And if you guys happen to get on Rise of the Resistance and you followed my tips, please comment below and let me know. Or send me a message and say, hey, Shanice, I got on Rise of the Resistance because I watched your video and I followed all of your tips. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.